Stocks on Wall Street leaped higher on Friday after expectations defining data showed the U.S. economy added 2.5 million jobs in May. Progress like that, as well as significant intervention by the Federal Reserve and evidence that people are returning to work, helped fuel solid gains in the major stock averages. Thus, the S&P 500 rose by 6% on Friday to close at 3,193.93. For the week, the index gained 4.9%, its biggest weekly run since early April. On Friday, after weeks of data showing enormous economic destruction, the Labor Department reported that the United States unemployment rate fell and employers added 2.5 million jobs in May. However, investors have plenty of reasons to be wary. Tens of millions of Americans are still out of work. The unemployment rate remains worse than in any previous post-war recession. A second wave of the coronavirus outbreak or a slower than expected return of business, this all could dampen enthusiasm for stocks. Meanwhile, the Dow Jones Industrial Average jumped by 3.2% on Friday to finish at 27,110.98. The blue chip index extended its gains for the week to 6.8%. That marked the best week for Dow since April 9th. In the meantime, it has been a lightning fast recovery for the technology and healthcare-heavy NASDAQ, which approached its all-time high last week and hit it this week. The NASDAQ Composite notched a record intraday high of 9,849.69 on Friday. This week, it became the first of the three major averages to record a new high since the COVID-19 pandemic triggered a bear market. The U.S. rally was spearheaded by stocks that will benefit most from the reopening of the economy, with the airline stocks performing remarkably well, lifted by signs that domestic travel is starting to pick up. American Airlines advanced by 11.18% on Friday to close at $18.59. The Friday market auction was a continuation of a tepid Thursday, when the stock skyrocketed by more than 40% after the company said it planned to fly about 55% of its 2019 domestic capacity in July. It flew just 20% of its schedule in May. The performance of the airline stocks attracted the attention of many, including that of U.S. President Trump. In a news conference, Trump said billionaire investor and Berkshire Hathaway chairman Warren Buffett made a mistake when he dumped his airline holdings a little while ago. Other big gainers included energy companies. Shares of U.S. energy company CHESAPEAKE Energy rose by a whopping 76.51% on Friday, extending astounding gains to 181.94% on Monday this week. The favorable outlook for crude oil prices resulting from the supply cuts proposed by the OPEC Plus alliance was behind this dramatic rally. However, according to analysts, the party might come to an abrupt end as Chesapeake might file for bankruptcy protection as early as June 15, finding it difficult to honor its financial obligations. You were watching weekly review of US stock market on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Stichina. We wish you profitable deals.